So something I see at the range a lot is people aiming with their feet. And what I mean by that is they'll stand here, they'll get their feet lined up to the target, they'll do this sort of thing, all on their shoulders, this type of thing, and they draw a nice line with their feet to the target. So let's say this stick is pointing to the target and it's where I'm standing. Now the problem with that is that's not where the ball is. The ball is over there or even further away from you with the driver. So to get the ball to this target, I would have to swing or get the ball moving slightly left. Now this for me is partly why people that maybe don't aim correctly, and it's usually aiming too far out to the right, a reason why people swing across left too much. We have still a lot of pulls and slices, because I know when I stand here and I see the target there, to get that ball which is further away from me to a target which is more to the left, I'm going to have to swing a bit left. It's unlikely I'd hook it there, for most people anyway. So you tend to get that type of swing and people pulling it to the target, and you know what? It might work. So if it's working, arguably leave it alone. But if you are slicing it too much or pulling it too much, check your aiming first. Now, you don't have to be exactly parallel lines, because you might shape the ball a certain way. You might prefer your foot back to help you turn this way. There's a lot of reasons you might not be completely parallel, but it helps knowing where the target line is. So if you don't aim correctly, the easiest way to do it is get behind the golf ball, pick a spot between your ball and the target you want to go on that's quite close. So now this is my target line now. I'll get my club face pointing at the target line, and your feet generally sort themselves out. I've not seen many people who would, I'd call this building your setup around the club, so getting the club in there. I've not seen many people stand too weird. They generally go there or thereabouts. And even if they are slightly open, slightly closed, again, that might be a preference they have to get the ball to the target with a certain shape of shot. That's not a problem. But you need to know where the target line is. So a good practice or a good setup on the range, you can have the sticks by your feet, certainly, but a good setup is something like this. And we've also got these sticks in front, so not a bad way of setting up is, as well as having your target line, is have the stick either side, depend on your shot type. Now let's say I usually draw the ball. The goal here would be to start the ball to the right of the stick on the right and bring it back. Usually, ideally, without crossing too far the target line, which is the rope. And I would have posted games on Instagram, I think there's a couple on YouTube, of how to score points for overhooking it, or lose points, over blocking it, lose points as well. Can you start it right or left and bring it back to the target? So I've got my target line and I've got my start point as well. Get the club face in there first, build your setup around the club, and let's say I'm going to hit my draw. I've got to start it right of that stick in front and bring it back without crossing the target line. So not my best swing. It started right-ish, sort of stayed there, so it's probably hitting the right half of the green. And then likewise, you could go the other way. So let's say I'm going to try and fade this one. And for me, I generally change my setup. So I'm going to point my club face a bit left of target, almost at the stick, get my feet pointing a bit further left than that. And I'm going to follow my feet, trying to start this ball to the left. So starts left of target, that's not a bad shot. And it's going to hit left half of green, so it's always coming back. And the previous post you were seeing about hitting the ball too straight, how that is maybe difficult and might not even be the best thing for you, but you can have a go. Can you start it through the sticks and keep it between the sticks? And that is some shot if you can do that consistently. Not the worst effort, but even that one technically is just drifting a little bit right of target. So that setup is great for aiming. Get behind the ball, make sure you are on the target line. Use sticks by your feet if you need to. Build your setup around the club, and that setup in front is great for controlling start point and the curve on the golf ball.